you doing tonight?
Hey, very good. Thanks for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. Well, first of all, let's talk about this. You know Ant-Man very well because you have written for Ant-Man. 2015, you had your shorter series, and then you had Astonishing Ant-Man. What is it about Ant-Man, do you think, that just makes people fall in love with him?
I think it's because at its core, it's a father-daughter story. I think what makes that character special is the relationship between Scott and Cassie. And then in the movie version, obviously, you have another father-daughter story, with Hank and Hope. So I think that's really the resonant part. That and it's a little funnier. It's a little bit of a lighter touch.
I was going to say, you do such a good job of putting him in these funny and weird situations. What was your favorite situation to put Ant-Man into?
I liked when he got in the confrontation with Taskmaster and he thought that he was like Taskmaster's archenemy, and Taskmaster's explaining that he was there to fight somebody else each and every time.
I'm seeing other heroes.
Yeah, that actually lined up with all the appearances, that they were all guest appearances. So yeah, I like that one.
I really do love also in your run, it touches on it in the film too, but giving people who have been in prison a new chance at life. Was that something near and dear to you?
Definitely. It's a redemption story. Again, what's great about Scott is he wants to be a better person because of his daughter. And if it hadn't been for that, he would have been a criminal. He would have been a small-time villain. So
a very small-time villain.
Exactly. So yeah, he's trying to make a better life for himself. It's maybe not his first instinct, is what's part of the fun, is the trial and error of it for him. But he gets it right in the end.
Yeah, a lot of error sometimes, especially in your run, which is always super fun. Now, we've been talking about, this is an awesome pairing, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Why do you think, from their comic book history, what makes them such an integral bedrock part of the Marvel Universe?
Yeah, they've been a great duo on a bunch of levels. In the original comics, Hank and Jan obviously had like one of the best comic book relationships, and it was such a tortured story and such a tragic story in the comics. Then there were Scott and Jan team ups that were great, and now you're seeing Scott teaming up with Nadia in the comics. So it's just a pairing that we like going back to.